Hello, Year 8, and welcome back to Lesson 2 of 809. Here is your second knowledge retrieval. Look back at your green pen on the first one to support this effort. And you should make improvements. You should get more questions right. 6 to 8, 10-minute timer, please. Press play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, grab the green pens. Hoping there's more ticks than last time. If not all of them correct, well done if you did that. Super work. And whilst you're waiting or when you finished, hello at the top of the slide to know how to add and subtract time, underlined neatly on the correct paper, nice and neat, ready to send the work in to me, to your other class teachers, whoever you have. Press play when you're ready to move on. Okay. Convert between units of time. So we're still on time. This time we're adding and subtracting time, and we're finding the difference between two times. Okay, Year 8. So we need to, in the first I do, we need to add 37 minutes to 4 hours 16. We're going to use our addition column method. Six add 7 is 13, and we carry the 1. 1 add 3 add 1 is 5. So that's nice and easy. We keep the hour the same because our addition of the minute hasn't exceeded the minute mark. So I want you to pause the video and have a go at a similar example of the we do. Play when you're ready for the answer. Super work if you got 15:53 for your answer when you added 37 minutes on. Very similar to the I do. Now let's have a look at the next I do. A bit more complex because it is going to exceed the 60-minute mark from what I can already see. Adding 47 minutes to 15:16. So write it out as we did in our other two examples. 10 minutes. 6 and 7, 13 again. Carry the 1. 1, 4, 1, 6. As you can see, we've got 63. We've got 3 minutes over that 60-minute mark. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Now to clear this up in our minds, we just need to break that down. So if we've got our hours of 15. So if we write 15 hours plus, separate the minutes, 60 plus 3, this will now help us to write our final answer. If you do 15 hours plus 60, well, that's going to give you 16 hours. And you've only got to plus the 3 minutes. That's easy enough. You're going to end up with your final answer. I'll put it on the left here of 16 back in the time form, digital time format. 16:03, and that would be your final answer. So when you've done the calculation, you put it like this, broken down in the box, so you can see that you need to add the hour as well and now into the calculation. So pause the video, have a go at the we do, please. Okay, super work if you end up with 16:24 as your answer. If you look at the calculation, you've done your column method, you ended up with 84 minutes. Break it down, so you use the hour to start with because it's 15 hours originally, so it's 3 o'clock plus 60 minutes that you calculated in the minutes. You separate it, make the difference of 4, which is 24 minutes extra, and then add them onto your hour, and you end up with 16:24. Okay, let's have a look at some more examples. This time we've got really first thing in the morning, just after midnight, 37 minutes past 12 in our digital time. We get 47 minutes. 7 add 7, 14. Carry the 1. 3 add 4, 7 add 1, 8. 84 minutes. Okay. So now we want to break that down again with our hours. So we've got 0 hour plus 60 minutes of the 84. And we've used 60 of them 84. So what's left? 24 minutes. Now we can work this out nice and easy. 0 hours add 60. Well, that's going to leave us with 1 hour. Plus 24. We can put our semicolons in and add our 24 minutes on. So our final answer would be 1 hour in the morning and 24 minutes. Okay, pause the video. Have a go at the we do, please. So this time, the answer was 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 a.m. So you had to add 23 minutes onto 37 equals 60. So you write it out as midnight 00 hours, add 60 minutes, and that's equal to 1 hour in the morning. Well done if you got that right. Green pen for any corrections. Okay, the next I do then. 14, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, PM. Remembering from last lesson. And we're adding, subtracting 27 minutes. Okay, so 9 takes 7. That's going to leave us with 2. And 4 take 2 is going to leave us with 2. Then we haven't exceeded any 60-minute marks here. So we can keep our hours the same. Really simple. Okay, pause the video, have a go at the we do. Press play when you're ready for the answer. That was a very easy we do you've been given there. So we have 2 minutes. So we can take 2 from 49 and we end up with 1447. Okay, year 8. So we're subtracting again. See that we're going to exceed our 60 our mark. I'm going to show you now when it comes to when that happens, how we work that out in our column, and it's a little bit different to just your normal subtraction. There's a little step in there to learn. So let's write this out. Let's write 14, 35, subtract 49. So straight away, 35, 49, we're going to end up with a negative number. And like subtraction, we always borrow from the left. Keep that principle. Cross out the hours. I'm going to borrow 60 minutes. I'm going to put 60 minutes there. And I put it there because we're going to have to add it on. So we're going to end up with a new number. We're going to add 60 minutes to 35. So if you add 60 to 30, okay, you end up with 90. We need our 5 still. So your new number is going to be 95. So I'm just going to scribble that out, okay? And scribble the 60 out as well. Now, can we do the new sum 95 take 49? Well, we can't do 5 take 9, but like we do, we borrow from the left. So we take a 10, put the 1, we make that an 8. So now we can do 15 subtract 9. Okay, 15 subtract 9 is going to leave us with 6. And can we do 8 subtract 4? Yes. And leave us with 4. And we haven't got any hours to subtract, but we did change it to 13 because we had to borrow. So we can keep the 13, and that would be your answer. Okay, so just the extra step of adding 60 minutes in so we don't end up with a negative number, and you have to add it on to the minutes of your digital time, your original number. Pause the video, have a go at the we do. Okay, so super work if you end up with 1356. Very similar to the I do. This time you took, you changed to 95, you had to borrow from tens to get 15, take 9 equals 6, 8 take 3 equals 5, and you end up with your minutes correct. Okay, so that's how you do it when you're exceeding 60 minutes for subtraction. You just borrow from the error, you make sure from the hours, make sure you add on the 60 minutes in your calculation before you work out the minute subtraction. Okay, so here's some questions for us to try. Read the question properly. Also notice it's asking you to leave your answer in digital time, 24-hour. We learned that last lesson. Okay, so be mindful of that. You set yourself a 10-minute timer and press play, pause, and then press play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so grab your green pen, please. Make all the corrections very vital so we can see them when you send your work through. Make sure we're doing 2 minutes of marking, nice and swift. And we want to practice this because this is how we'll be doing it in the classroom. And we see lots of digital times, put an hour before any single hours, which all of these are. There's no double digit hour answers here. Okay, have a look at some more here. So we've now finding the difference between 2 times. Okay, so that means we want to be subtracting. So if we did, let's put the bigger number on top of our column. So 5 hours and 56, subtract 5 hours and 16. Okay, 6 take 6 is 0, 5 take 1 is 4, 5 take 5 is 0, 0. So the difference in these two digital times is 40 minutes. Important that we have 40 minutes, because at the time it would be minutes. Pause the video, have a go at the we do, please. Okay, well, super work if you end up with 35 minutes for your answer. Okay, you end up doing, you end up having to borrow from your tens to do 11 take 6. That's the only little that was different to the I do. Let's have a look at the second I do then. Big number on top. So we want 5 hours subtracting, 5 hours 16 subtracting 4 hours 51. So we're going to maybe exceed some marks here. So can we do 66 take 1? Yes. Sorry, we can't do 16 take 51 because it could be a negative number. We're going to do what we did before. We borrow from the hour. So we'll make that 04. We add 60 minutes on to the 16. Okay, so 70, 76. Okay, we can scribble the 16 out. So now we can do 6 take 1 is 1, 5, and then 7 take 5 is 2, and then we've got 4 take 4 in the hours, which equals 0 again, like the other examples. 25 minutes. So we had to use that skill again of borrowing from the hours and our minutes, and then we could work it out. So I'm assuming that's what's going to be in the we do. Pause the video and press play when you're ready for your answer after you've worked it out. Okay, my assumption was wrong. You didn't have to borrow. You just had to do some simple subtracting of the columns and the units. You end up with 1 hour and minutes. I don't know if you got it right. Okay, so I wanted to push through to some questions for you to have a go. Read it carefully, finding the difference, give your answer in minutes. So I did mention that in that I do, the first one, important, it's because it's the different, you want your answers in, you're always going to have good answers in minutes, maybe some with hours. Okay, but if it's asking you in minutes, maybe you need to give the total minutes. If it exceeds an hour, then it might be 68 minutes. Okay. But make sure you borrow from the hour column when you need to. Okay. Press play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so here are your answers. Grab your green pens, all in 2-digit minute answers, none exceeding an hour. So that's good. Wasn't too hard. Make corrections that are needed, please. Play when you're ready to move on. All right, so here's some extension questions to have a go at. Pause the video, have a go, and then press play when you're ready for the answer. There's the answer to your first one. Sorry, 2. So that would be 2 marks in a test. If you haven't had a go at the second question yet, 3 here. Pause the video, have a go. And there's your answer. The difference there, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Written with hours and minutes there. If it was specified, give your answer in minutes, it would be 30. That would give you 150. Be mindful of that when you're reading questions. That's the end of another lesson. Send your work in, please. It should be nice and neat. You must send your work in. You need to do that, and you will be rewarded. Okay. Use EduLink. Thank you, and see you next lesson, guys. Well done.